Oh, I don't like the idea of bringing new guys in.
Zach, it is just a different format with a stretch of wider personalities. What could possibly be wrong with that?
You know, change and new guys.
Buddy, that's the world. It's filled with change and new guys.
Fine. So who am I in charge of then?
What?
You know, new people. I mean seniority. Who am I in charge of?
You can barely run yourself. Why would I put you in charge of anybody?
Because it's my show.
No. It's our show.
Yeah, I let you think that. Just like Rachel lets you think you're in charge of the house.
And your wife lets you think you're in charge of what happens in the bedroom.
Wait, what? Whoa. You're definitely not insinuating that she thinks she's the boss of, praying together, picking out the movie, cuddle time, rug rumpus?
Exactly. They all are.
True. So who am I the boss of?
Mike is your teammate. You are not the boss of him.
He's not my boss, is he?
No, God, no. Oh, Mike the boss.
That's like you being a good anchor. Oh, that one's not funny, huh?
I think you should probably go see what Mike needs you to do. The Xbox is finally releasing the system they should have released when they released the Xbox One. Fitbit might be in trouble, and Ghost in the Shell might actually also have some financial issues. You're watching RAMtv. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to do things a tad different. We have a talented team and we've decided to utilize them. But before we get to them, how about you and I have a little time together? Maybe sit back, listen to some sweet tunes. Oh yeah, smooth. I wanted us to get a little closer, so we could talk conspiracy theories about Destiny 2. Hot, right? All right, listen. I'm going to breeze through this, so hold on to your hats like you would as if you were writing bitch on somebody's sparrow. We know in Destiny 2 that we start without our powers, and there is a whole ton of speculation as to why. Here are the hard facts. The Cabal are attacking the last city. Fact, it's in the trailer. Cade is still a hysterically awesome son of a bitch.
Everything is gone. Your stuff, my stuff, most importantly, my stuff.
Fact, it's in 2 trailers.
So I'm in this super boring meeting about something, I don't know, wasn't paying attention.
So why no powers? Is it because Cade took them? Nah, he's too busy rallying the troops.
Which means if I don't see you out there, I'll kill you myself. Worst case scenario, you die. But who knows? Maybe you won't. Yeah! Really, guys?
That was inspiring.
Ish. The speculation is the Traveler has a shield around it. One that actually resembles the Cabal shields that are in the same trailer. So, the Cabal have cut the Guardians off from the light. The light being their source of power. Now, we can get into lore and how there's a Grimoire card that says this is exactly what the Cabal are trying to do when they land on Oryx's ship, the Dreadnought. So, it is feasible, but the other thing people are speculating about is that we don't have ghosts. Yet, Nolan North has confirmed that he will be reprising his role of Peter Dinklage's Dinklebot. Thank God. For a second I thought my character was going to have to learn to speak for themselves. Now, I'm not actually sold on this not having ghosts. I know in the past Destiny trailers show ghosts, but I never saw a ghost with the Vanguard leaders in previous trailers. So not seeing them now with those same leaders, well, interwebs, I think you can do a better job of convincing me. Anyways, now that we got that out of the way, let's get on with it. There is a long, ongoing battle between Xbox and PlayStation. It feels nearly as old as the battle between the Galactic Empire and Rebel forces. Kevin explains how in order to remain in competition, With Sony's PlayStation Pro, Microsoft reveals Project Scorpio as their way to get back into the console wars.
Hello everyone, it's Kevin for RAMtv. About 12 years ago, Microsoft released the Xbox 360, then the Xbox One 8 years later. So instead of waiting another 8 years for our console, Microsoft just released Project Scorpio. To begin with, this is not the next-gen console. I just want to clarify that right now. Think of this as a supercharged version of the Xbox One series. Kind of like how Sony did with the PlayStation 4 Pro. One of the new main features of the Scorpio is its GPU. This bad boy will feature 6 teraflops of graphical performance. Also, the GPU has 40 compute units. That is 38 more than the original Xbox. Overall, the GPU is 4 times more powerful than the original Xbox One. Remember, the entire console is being revamped. The CPU got charged, meaning that the AMD CPU inside of it already was boosted from 1.75 GHz to 2.3 GHz. And it still has the same number of cores, which was 8. Another feature that the Scorpio has to offer is the FreeSync feature. Generally, this is something that is found in PCs. This means that the Scorpio should prevent any screen tearing or input lag, which is very important when you're playing 4K games. Some additional features that the Scorpio will have to offer is Dolby Atmos, HDMI 2.1, HDR, and liquid cooling. And I'm not sure how I feel about that right now, but we'll see how that plays out when the console is released. Lastly, expect the Xbox Scorpio to be released during the holidays of this year, and it will probably cost more than the typical Xbox One S.
Thanks, Kevin. Zodiac sign, name or not, Xbox, I think I'm going to remain loyal to PlayStation. Of course, all that hardware talk has me itching to call Ray, so let's head over to the tech bin, give Ray a call, and see what's happening in the tech world.
If you're a fan of Fitbit, this may come as a shock to you. So apparently, they were working on a GPS-enabled smartwatch that was supposed to be released around this time. However, because of production issues, it is being pushed back until the fall. It was supposed to have a 4-day battery life with GPS, a heart rate sensor, and waterproofing, but they have been facing challenges on waterproofing the device and the GPS antenna in the device. Now, what does this mean? A lot of products get delayed. Why is this big news? Well, Fitbit is in an interesting place. Wearables in general are not doing as well as expected. Even the Apple Watch, which apparently to Apple, when they released the newest Apple Watches, is the best-selling smartwatch to date, which is not really saying so much. If there's probably around 2 million, 3 million devices, at least from what I've heard a few weeks ago, that there aren't as many Apple Watches as Apple would like to be out there. And Fitbit is one of the Apple Watch's main competitors. It's so much so that Fitbit has said that the demand for their devices hasn't really changed since the Apple Watch released, but that the slowdown in general on wearables is taking a toll on everybody. And it has taken a toll on them, which is why apparently they're also working on Bluetooth headphones, which it makes sense because they can make the marketing ploy of their headphones with their fitness tracking, like Apple has them with Beats headphones and their Apple Watch. It makes sense for them to do headphones right now, especially Bluetooth headphones, because you could have a advertising campaign that shows someone at the gym with their Fitbit labeled Bluetooth headphones and their Fitbit on their wrist, and there, perfect ad campaign. Trust me, you're gonna see that in the fall if it does release in the fall, the headphones as well as the new GPS smartwatch. But what do you all think? I know for me, I have an Apple Watch, but I'm one of the very few people in my life that has an Apple Watch and saw that spending $500 on something for my wrist was okay, and something that needs OS updates, which is annoying, but I had to update my watch, which is a phrase I thought I would never say. But what do you all think? I like Fitbit. I did use their service, but Fitbit is not compatible on the Apple Watch. So I stopped with Fitbit and I moved to the watch app, the fitness app, health app from on the iPhone that is compatible with the Apple Watch. But yeah, that has been my news for today, and I'll see you all later. Bye.
Thanks, Ray. Whether Fitbit finds a way to salvage itself or go down in the ages, it was a company that sculpted our culture for a while and what we thought of watches being able to do. Coming up on RAMtv, Wreck-It Ralph returns, and Zach's sultry voice shares some financial concerns about Scarlett Johansson's newest movie. You're watching RAMtv. Welcome back. Did you enjoy the ad? I picked that one just for you. Now, Disney has certainly had a string of original hits with award-winning films like Zootopia and Frozen, and its recently released Moana. However, we'll soon be transported back in the world of the arcade with Wreck-It Ralph 2. Our animation nerd Michael Cook has the story. Michael.
Thank you, Aaron. And before I begin, I'd just like to say thank you for letting me design all of the artwork. All of the artwork.
Well, you know me, buddy. Any opportunity to give you the chance to do things for me.
Well, I just wish you'd give me as much credit as you do opportunity.
Why? You gonna do your story, or should I do it?
Fine. It's been more than 5 years now since we entered the world of video games in Wreck-It Ralph. Next year, we'll be able to join Ralph, his friends Vanellope, Felix, and Calhoun as they explore a world even bigger than their own, the Internet. According to D23, the official Disney fan club, most of the original cast is slated to return in the upcoming film. Jane Lynch and Jack McBrayer have already confirmed, as well as lead John C. Reilly as Ralph himself. The title has also been confirmed as Ralph Wrecks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. So instead of fighting off giant bugs, now he gets to fend off pop-up ads, spamware, and worst of all, internet trolls. And boy, do I know a few things about those, Aaron. Disney is so excited about the new film that there's speculation about a new attraction that's coming to Tomorrowland at the Magic Kingdom at Disney World, but those have yet to be confirmed. But we're just going to have to see what happens in the future, and I'll tell you, I'm super excited about it, and hopefully you are too. For animated news, I'm Mike Cook from RAMtv, and now back to you, Aaron.
Thanks, Mike. Wreck-It Ralph is slated to release on March 9th. Let's stay on films for a moment and talk about a film that had controversy here in the States. I'm talking about Ghost in the Shell. But it seems that controversy didn't affect it overseas. Matter of fact, it actually did quite well in Japan and China. But are those numbers going to be enough of a saving grace to make them break even? Let's go to Zach with the story.
Ghost in the Shell had a lot working against it here in the States. Aside from the fact that Ghost in the Shell really isn't at the top of the anime exposure totem pole in America, and having some real powerhouses to compete against at the box office, the film has been mired in a whitewashing controversy that was not healthy for its future, regardless of where you fell in that argument. With a budget of $110 million, it pulled in right around $19 million in its debut weekend, which gave it a distant third-place spot between Beauty and the Beast at number 2 and Boss Baby as king. I personally enjoyed Ghost in the Shell a lot, and I don't feel that casting Scarlett Johansson as Major Motoko was a poor decision. In fact, if we're really playing up the device of feeling like a stranger trapped inside a body you didn't ask for, wouldn't being a Japanese woman winding up in an American body really send that point into the goal? Whatever, this isn't about my feelings on that. This is about the numbers. And regardless of how I feel, failing to make back a fifth of your budget in opening weekend, that's putrid. However, hope still held out for its opening in Japan and China, who helped turn projected failures like Resident Evil The Final Chapter and XXX The Return of Xander Cage into $300 million successes. So, how did it do in the overseas Eastern debut? Well, it topped out the charts at number 1, bringing in about $41 million across 46 markets. To date, the film has grossed a little over $132 million, $35 million domestically, $97 million from foreign markets. Technically, that pushed it over its budget, but that isn't counting for marketing and distribution. The current projection was for Ghost in the Shell to end up about $60 million in the hole, but it still has time to climb out of that mess. I'm a little let down, frankly. As I said, the film was really well done in my opinion, but people have decided they already didn't like it and that the impossibly successful Scarlett Johansson is somehow a bad actress simply because they got their feathers ruffled. I think more anime adaptations are a good thing, and I wanted this one to be successful to teach producers that there's a market for it.
Thanks, Zach. And thank you all for joining us on this adventure through the geekdom. Now, I promised you all a surprise, and here it is. Our new logo, which will be named Rory. Rory Rook, because alliteration is fun. You will see more of this logo popping up as Mike Cook starts animating it. Enough credit, Cook? As always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. We need your help to make this channel grow. We want to go viral. Hit the little bell so you know when our newest stuff comes out so you can share that too. And again, please, if you can, visit our GoFundMe or our Patreon pages and become financial supporters of this show so we can continue making this content for all of you. We love doing this and we love you. So please leave your comments below. Let us know what you want to hear about. And of course, join us next week, hopefully on time, for another episode of RAMtv. And of course, every day for a tiny Ram. Do you Ram?